E-commerce is taking over the world like never before. So if you're ready to partner with one of the largest global platforms to start selling your items, then keep watching because I'm going to show you step by step how to open up your Amazon selling account. Hi, I'm Cassandra Barney with Profit Guru. I'm a teacher, mother of 3, and Amazon FBA seller. Here at Profit Guru, we're dedicated to trying strategies out and continually improving our own software to help other Amazon sellers just like you. Hi, I'm Cassandra with Profit Guru, and if you're ready to open up your seller account, let's get going. Make sure you stick around with me until the end because there I'll reveal to you extra tips to help you so that you don't get your account banned. The very first thing you're going to have to do is establish which email account you want to use to set up your seller account. Now, if you already have an Amazon account, maybe a Prime account where you're making purchases, you can still use that same email. However, I know a lot of people like to keep things separate. So if you already have a business email, use it here. Or if you'd like to create your own business email, but if you don't want to and you just want to use the account that you already are using every day to make your purchases, then you can use that email. Now, you're going to have to decide which plan you want to go with. Amazon actually has 2 different plans, the individual plan and the professional plan. So with the individual plan, it is a free plan, so you're not going to have to pay any monthly fees to this. But they are going to charge you fees with every item that you sell. So each item that you sell will be a 99-cent fee. We would recommend for you to just go with the professional plan. Now, keep in mind that whichever plan you decide to sign up for, you're not locked into it. So at any time, you can always change which plan you're using. But with the professional plan, you're going to be getting a ton of different added benefits that you won't get with the free version. The professional plan will charge you $39.99 a month, but you will be eligible to do the Fulfilled by Amazon program. You're actually also going to have more categories open up to you to list in. If you plan on running any ads or promotions, then you're absolutely going to have this professional plan because you can't do that on the free version. Next step, now you need to add your mobile phone number. You're going to put in this number and then they're going to send you a one-time PIN that you can put in to prove your verification identity and go on to the next step. Now it's time to pick your business type. If you're not really sure which one to choose from this drop box, then you're probably going to pick the one that says none, I'm an individual seller. If you're doing a state-owned or a charity, you'll choose those options. Or if you're doing the publicly listed, that just means that it's a giant company. A lot of you might be interested in the privately owned business. This is where you're going to be doing the private labeling, where you'll have your own brand or maybe registry or trademark that goes along with it. But if you were none of those things, then you were just going to go with the no, I'm the individual seller, especially if you're getting into selling on Amazon to go with the arbitrage models. So if you're going to be going into stores or online and buying products from them to resell, or if you'll be buying from wholesalers in bulk to resell, then you'll be going with this option. Next, you're going to put in the company registration number. Now, this is just an EIN, which is an employer identification number. And if you don't have one of these, you can, for free and very easily, go to IRA.gov and get one within minutes. Now, after that, the business address area, that if you don't have a separate place for your business, you can just use your home address. And then the same goes for the phone. But if you're living outside of the USA, you're probably going to want to hire a registered agent for this step because that hired registered agent can give you an address to use inside of the US. Now it's time for all of the seller information. So this is where you're going to put in your citizenship, your country of birth, your date of birth, your residential address, and your phone number. So again, those can be the same thing as the business one. Next is the payment info. This is where you're going to need both your credit card information and your bank information. You do need a valid bank account number. So if you're not inside of the USA, you can go to websites like Payoneer and get a bank account there. Some people decide to just stick with their personal bank account, but we would definitely recommend that you keep things separate. It's just going to be a lot easier for you in the long run. Now you're going to find your financial institution's name. So look through the drop box and there are tons of banks there. However, if you can't find yours, go all the way to the bottom and hit the other button, and then you can type the name in. After that, you're going to want to put in your routing number and your bank account number, and this is so that Amazon can end up paying you. Next is the billing information. So this is where you have to put in a credit card. It can't be a debit card, it can't be like a prepaid gift card, it has to be a credit card. If there are any fees that they need to collect from you, maybe some FBA fees, or just even that $39.99 a month membership, the plan fee, they need that credit card there so that they can get that from you. Now it's time for the fun part, and that's setting up your store name. Now, don't let yourself get stuck here for too long because you're not married to this name. You can go in and change it. I recommend to a lot of people to pick something that's pretty generic. So if you have a brand or a trademark, your store name does not have to be that brand. However, if you're coming onto Amazon with the intentions of only selling one product, then maybe you do want to make that product your store name. So that would be optional. And then the other option is if you're going to be niche specific. For example, if you are only selling grocery items, then your name could have something to do with grocery. But if you're going to be across a lot of different niches, then I would pick a name that's pretty generic and broad. Now for the yes and no questions. The first thing they want to know is if your products have a UPC. That's just the barcode that you see on any single item that you would buy anywhere. Items that you sell have to have a UPC. So if you're doing arbitrage, then you're not going to have to worry about providing UPCs because the items will already be on them. However, if you're private labeling, you're going to have to get your own UPC codes. And you really want to do this through GS1. So go to gs1.org and you'll be paying about $30 there per code. If you have any diversity certifications that you want to add in for your business, you can do it during this next step. So if you're a minority or a vet or a woman, you can go and you can add this onto your account. Next is, are you the manufacturer or the brand owner? So this again would be for the private label model. If you're private labeling, then you're the brand and the manufacturer. And the next step, do you own a government registered trademark? Now, trademarks are not necessary to have. You don't have to have them, but they're good to have if you're doing like the private label model. They're kind of expensive though. They run about upwards to $300 a piece. Next, we're going to upload our documents. So for this step, you're going to have to upload preferably a passport, but if you don't have a passport, that's fine. You can use your valid driver's license. You'll just take a picture and upload the front and the back. Now be very careful here because if you take pictures that are too blurry, after they review them, they're not going to accept them. So make sure that you're taking good pictures to upload. The same goes with the bank statement. So when you entered your bank, if it didn't get instantly verified, then that means they're going to need to see a bank statement to prove that this is your actual account and that you're using it. So you can get a bank statement and then take a picture of it to upload, but again, make sure it's crystal clear or they're going to make you do a new one, and this can really hold up the process. The best thing to do would be to log into your bank and then to download the PDF of your transactions for the month and upload that instead. And that's it. Now you're going to submit the document. But keep in mind, a lot of times Amazon will email you and ask for some additional information. One thing that's commonly asked for is a utility bill. So they'll want to see that utility bill in your name and the address that you've provided on your account. They don't always ask for this, but just have one on hand in case they do. The next thing that they might do is send you a code in the snail mail. So that code will come to the address that you put on file for them to verify this is your residence. It'll have a code on it that you'll have to input into your account. The last thing that they'll want to do is set up a verification phone call with you. Now, a lot of people get confused at this point. They're like, why do they want to do a face-to-face call with me? There's a lot of scammers out there. So Amazon is very safe when it comes to protecting their platform. So the call is very painless. All you need to do is make sure you have that passport with you or the driver's license, and you're gonna get on the call with a representative from Amazon. They'll basically just make sure you are who you say you are. They'll have you hold up that ID next to your face and turn the angle so that they can see that it's legit and that it's you. Now for some tips so that you can make sure that your Amazon account does not get banned. Accounts can be banned for really small infractions, and Amazon likes to ban first and then ask you the questions after. So if you have something sketchy going on with your account, they're not going to ask you about it, they're just going to ban it, and then you're going to have to jump a lot of hoops to get it unbanned. So some ways you can make sure that you don't get your account banned in the first place. The first thing is to not go in after your account has been approved and start changing things around. This looks really suspicious to Amazon if you do this. So you're not going to want to go in and start changing your bank info or your address info around. Leave that as you put it. The next thing to keep in mind is that you need to be patient with them. There are so many people applying each month to be a seller, as well as other people just reaching out to them constantly. So they have a lot of people reaching out, and therefore don't spam them. Don't message them and call them several times a day and be rude. So if your account is not processing, just be patient. Also keep in mind that you're opening up a business here and you want to come across as a legitimate business. So you're going to want to be as professional as possible when you're speaking and when you are typing them emails. Proofread those. Make sure there's no grammatical errors. And don't just say things short sentenced. Be very proper. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys, and I hope that you are on your journey now with your Amazon account set up and ready to make money online. Be sure to subscribe to this channel because we put out new videos all of the time on e-commerce and how to make money easily right from home. Bye.